So bear with me because it has a flaky launch. Like I literally could not get it to launch properly. It doesn't run at the resolution I need it to. Okay, let's see if the Stadia controller works this time. No. Let's try the Switch Pro. Nope, there too. Oh, I have the Founders Edition controllers. Let me reset it and see if that works. Says it's using Xbox 360 controller. Oh, look, it works in wireless mode. I guess we'll just use it that way then. Hello, Specs. I've been up for half an hour and streaming. Thank you for the follow. We're playing Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah. So among Final Fantasy fans, everyone's favorite is either 6 or 7 or 9, and the people who like 8 tend to not say so, even though I can name at least 2 people said 8 is their favorite. Hornmouse being one of them. Personally, I like 8 more than 7. Dr. Katawiki, how are you feeling? So one of the common type of responses you can give in this game are either indifferent or out of character. Ultimately, I don't believe there are any responses that affect the outcome. Not really. Any answers that matter tend to involve Renault. Oh, Dr. Katawaki, take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. Thank you. You should be fine. Say your name for me. So every Final Fantasy game up to 10 let you pick the characters' names, even though the voice acting intended didn't actually do anything about it. So Nate, I just leave the character names as default because it makes the most sense. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time you might not be so lucky. So if you watch the opening, You'd remember there was a fight between Squall and Cypher. So this is what is being referred to he. Squall, tell that to Cypher. Dr. Katawaki, that Cypher won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? Squall, I can't just run away. Oh, is this the game where you're penalized for running away? I'll have to check later or it won't matter for a while. So something I'm gonna mention. I had the PC demo version of this game at one point, and there were two demos. One demo basically covers the upcoming mission, but had a different soundtrack. The other was a segment of gameplay lady. But because I had played the demos at some point, they were different. Like the characters and the party were different. So it actually changed my expectations. Dr. Katawaki, you want to be cool, eh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is Quistis. I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. That's probably not how her name is supposed to be pronounced, but whatever. Trying to get the TTS to say certain names is funny. Yes, yes. His injury's not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right. Now please come by. Also, we meet again. We won't learn who this character is for a very, very long time. Quistis. I knew it'd be either you or Seifer. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. So this is where the game is going to give a bunch of text-timed text prompts. So if I miss one, just don't worry about it. Basically, Quistis is going to do a I know what you're gonna say gag. Squall. What's so funny? Quistis. Funny. No, no, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little at all. Well, I'm more complex than you think. Quistis, then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. So if you remember from when I played World of Final Fantasy, this is the garden. It's a school. Quistis, good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seem to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for seed candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in the study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet me in the hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher. Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. Yeah, this is the only Final Fantasy to invoke, hey, it's a school. But don't worry. It's just background dressing. The smartest thing Square did, put the tutorial and some optional piece of game structure. The magic system in this game is a bit annoying. But it also gives you an excuse to grind for things. Junctioning is something I always forget. So the closest thing this is to is the Final Fantasy VI method of powering up. So the last time I played 8, like fully, and not just to the end of the first mission. I would just use the same characters because it was faster. I'm someone who doesn't like to grind in place. So if I would usually just grind a little to get the magic I wanted to 100 and then live with this. Eight was the first game with Kindagon Overkill on the summons. Seven was known for the summon cutscenes. But it was known for the really, really long one. And if you recall when I played 14, when we were doing those raids, I was like, we're gonna see a really long summon, or something. There is this and joke about Huddocks throughout the game. Quistis, you haven't been to the Fire Cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seat exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning with Cypher. Quistis, do you have a good excuse? Squall, not really. Quistis, then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. So these characters are Trippies or Quistis fan club. Conveniently walking right to where she will run into him. Thanks, game. Squall, are you okay? There. Tee-hee, I'm fine. Sorry. I was kinda in a hurry. Oh yeah? Hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Wasn't it? This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey, hey. I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? So this is actually an anime trope. Hey, I'm new here. This is also why even if I could get this game to integrate with my TTS somehow, it wouldn't always work because not. Every line is said prefixed by who said it. Sure. Well, how? Alright, let's go. Mr. Hickory Dude, Trapeze as in Groupus. Squall, we'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby and I'll show you the directory. In case you're wondering, she's not actually in the party here. So this is also a memeable thing. There are various fan videos on the internet that meme directly off how the party follows in 8. Oh hey, would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it would be best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't know much about it, really. If you want to play card cards with someone, talk to them by pressing X. But keep in note everyone is a card player. Oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. So there is a skill one of the Guardian forces have that can turn monsters into cards. Squall, that's the directory. Squall. Well, this is it. Vallum Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here. I have a question. How do you use this? Move the cursor and press A to select. Squall. Next, I'll give a quick explanation of the various facilities. Yes, sir. Squall, you'll find the dormitory to the north. A majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute. Keep in mind how that will complicate things later. If you remember from the world of Final Fantasy playthrough, this garden has a trick up its sleeve. Yeah, I'm in the dorms too. Squall, you can rest and change in there. West of the North Block is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line. I have to wonder if it was hot dogs in Japanese. I'm not sure what the name is, but there is a Japanese food that is basically a sausage that is cut to look like an octopus, and I imagine that is probably what was really said, but I don't know. Got it. Squall. East of the North Block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. The front gate is located to the south. Alright, have to go meet Instructor Treat at the front gate. What the matter? Squall? Nothing. Next, we have Taquat, located in the West Block. Next, we have the Quad, located in the West Block. There's an event being planned there. I know, I know. It's the Garden Festival. It's going to be great. I'm planning to be on the committee. You want to help out too. Let's just continue. South of the West Block is the infirmary. This is pitch where you get treated for injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. What's the doctor's name? Dr. Kadawekori. Now the East Block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose here. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful. Galbake. South of the East Block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor right. Yep, I remember that one. Oh, by the way, the headmaster's office is located on the third floor. You need permission to get in. Another question. What's the headmaster's name? Squall, Headmaster Sid. That should be a clue. Squaw, that's about it. Anything else? Got it. Cam, are you taking today's seat exam? Squaw, yeah. Then maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the seat exam today, too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot. Hack. Maybe I did play this longer than I thought. One sec. Let me remove the save games. So if you saw, I got to some point on this too. There's actually 4 discs, if I recall correctly. I don't remember if one of them was an install disc though. I know 7 had an install disc. At any rate, I needed to remove the same games so that it wouldn't overwrite them. And now, just in case we need to backtrack. Garden faculty, student number 41,269 school. Hear that, problem child? Don't you have the final seed exam today? And you're making instructor treat wait. What are you still doing here? Clearly being in character. You see how massive this place is? Quistis, I have a few things to explain before we head off. Guardian Force gives us strength. The stronger the Guardian Force, the stronger we become. So, here's a brief explanation on junctioning a Guardian Force, which we already saw. This is like the one required tutorial. Everything okay up till now? Quistis, once we get to the fire cavern, I'll explain how to junction magic. Use the command draw during battle and stock magic from your enemies. Be sure to have some stocked. Ready to go. The fire cavern used for the test is located east of here. The fire cavern used for the test is located east of here. Oh, it's still 4-3 ratio. Hang on. I knew there was a reason I had this set up in 4-3. Nope. There we go. Be right back.